Hello everyone, happy Halloween and welcome to today's video. So today I am doing a speed build for Jack, the pumpkin czar. I thought this would be a perfect video to do for Halloween. I've been so excited to do a speed build for him. I ended up actually getting his amiibo in one of my packs and I just thought, oh, that would be perfect for Halloween. So this is what we are doing. I hope you're all having a wonderful Halloween. If you've been trick-or-treating, I hope you got lots of candy and sweets. I would love to know what costume you guys did. So we are going to be doing a nighttime home for him with lots of the spooky items available. And I am so excited for you guys to see his build. I'm really happy with how it came out. So let's head over. So I chose the island. I thought this glowing moss one would be perfect. And we are going to make it nighttime in autumn. Here we go, changing it now. And making it dark weather. Making it dark and changing the weather, sorry. And then there we go. Perfect for Jack. So going through, and I'm going to, as I said, put down lots of the spooky items, but also going to be putting down a lot of pumpkins because Jack, you know, he's the pumpkin king, so that just suits him very well. I couldn't find where everything was for ages, so you're going to see me just going through looking for where everything is. And I do end up putting down a couple of the moss balloons because I thought they were a bit creepy, a bit, you know, they glow, so they add some light. Adding in the spooky lamps and going for the typical orange ones because I wanted everything to match for Jack. And here they are, the glowing moss balloons. I think these look really cool. And I put down parlour leaves and then the bonfire leaves as well to add a bit of a glow, and the skeleton, of course, because it's got to be, you know, Halloween, so he's got a Halloween garden, so the skeletons. So I definitely based his garden off when people decorate for Halloween, which you don't really see a lot in my country, or where I am in the UK anyway. You don't really see decorations. It's one of the reasons I really enjoy watching videos of online on YouTube of people's Halloween house builds, because some people just do absolutely incredible designs with their houses each year. And when I move and I have a bigger garden and a bigger front to my house, I would absolutely adore to do lots of spooky decorations one year. I think that'd be amazing. So going through here, adding everything in that I want to use, and then I'll go through and add it all a bit more neatly. But going for all the spooky decorations, and here I was just going through, seeing what else I could find. As always, I have to go through everything. And originally I was thinking I would maybe put down some of the bones, but I decided that they wouldn't really work with this particular design, but I'm still really happy with how this came out. And it was really fun setting up everything and moving the glowing moss, which I'm glad you can do. I'm so glad that you can actually move them, because I wasn't sure you'd be able to. And I ended up changing his bridge, which is the first time I've done this, changing the bridge, and that's really neat that I can do that, because then I can make it match a bit more. And I thought the stone bridge would be perfect. So got the carriage and the pumpkins going down here, and I love that when you turn the pumpkin lamps around, you've got one sad face and then one like cackling face, and I think that's really cool to do. I think that makes it just that little bit extra spooky. And then I decided to use some of my custom paths, which I don't believe I've actually used in a speed build at all, but I'm really happy to have used this. I probably should have put dirt down underneath it, but it looks fine. I'm happy with how it looks. And as I said, it's nice to use these designs. It just adds a little extra using them. And I was going through and seeing What else to put down? I try not to make the paths too, what's the word? Symmetrical. That's the word. Not too symmetrical, because I want it to be a natural path. So I want it to not be just completely straight and completely one line with this build. I want it to be a bit more rustic. So that's why it's a bit sort of squiggly all over the place. And then I put down the little mushroom pattern that I've got. And that's the outside done. And we're going to head in. I will say this build actually took me quite a long time. I've obviously edited this down and sped it up. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that I did this. I actually ended up changing his house, and this is the first time I was able to change a house, because normally I have a load of stuff down, and as you can see here, I do not have enough room for the build that I was going to do. So I just decided to give him a black house, dark and spooky house. But I think this looks really cool, and obviously, you know, it suits. The only thing is, these wreaths, I end up choosing the mushroom one. I really wish there was a pumpkin wreath. That would be really cute, and that would have suited his house. But you know, we go with. So we're coming indoors now, and we are actually working indoors now. So as I was saying, what was I saying? Sorry, yes. This build actually took me quite a long time, but I've edited it. I think this took me just over an hour to do completely, because there was a lot of sort of standing around wondering what to do. I had a good idea of what I wanted his house to look like, because I've been planning this almost all month now. And I put down the graveyard wall. I actually have this on my main island as my wallpaper in my house there, and I adore it. It's so cool. And I don't know if you guys know, but if you turn off the lights and then turn them back on, there is a spooky ghost that appears and gets closer and closer, and I thought that was perfect for Jack's house. Here was me trying to move everything but the carpet, and moving the carpet instead. So I am very obsessed now with using these the accent wallpaper, and then the partitions and the cabinets in between. I really like how this ends up looking in every house now. I end up just doing it in all of them, because it looks so good, and I love it. It looks like a window. I know I need to get round to getting the custom window frame, which I still haven't done. I know I said in a previous video I'd be doing that, and I haven't got round to it yet. But I will. We will get there. But so my theme with his house was to make it spooky, but also quite comfortable, which is what I think I ended up doing downstairs, whereas upstairs is a lot more spooky. I went for a more spooky upstairs. But bookcase down, as I've said in many videos, bookcase, I mean, it's amazing. I would love to have bookcases this big. That would be incredible, like the dream, absolutely. But I'm very about making sure that the villagers have a cozy house, as well as whatever theme I'm doing for them. So here with Jack, you know, he's spooky and he's Halloween, but Halloween to me doesn't just mean, you know, spooky movies and jump scares. It's also where the time of year is getting colder and it's more cozy, and I'm indoors. Well, I'm all indoors all the time, but I'm indoors a bit more, so I, you know, can get more reading done. So for me, this time of year, autumn and October, are my favourite times of year. But it just ends up being very cozy, and I just see it as relaxing with a hot drink and a nice book or a TV show whilst it's raining. And so I thought the same for Jack. I thought, you know, it's when he's not out spooking everyone on Halloween, he's cozying up in his house. And so that's the vibes I went with for him. Again, I am going for a lot of the pumpkin items for his house. I will say, compared to other villages, because of course other villages you can put anything down, when you're trying to do a Halloween theme, there isn't really that many Halloween items in comparison to what you could use for other villages. I mean, you know how many items we have overall. When you compare that to what we have that counts as spooky, there really isn't that many items. So I did find it a little bit difficult trying to put enough stuff down that went with the theme of what I was going for. And then I was trying to decide on what kitchenette to put down. And I love using, what's this called again? The ranch kitchen. I love using that so much. It's such a cute design. So my original plan was to put these 3-tier pumpkins up on the cabinet. And then I ended up realising they won't go up there, which ruined that plan. So I ended up just putting the single tier ones up on the shelf and then the 3-tier down on the ground next to them. It took me ages to choose a chair because none of the chairs really fitted the theme that I wanted. So I was just sort of going through trying to find, and then I was looking at the sofas, and chose this one, which I ended up moving, but to be honest, I probably should have left it there because it does look very good there. So maybe I will go back in and just move it back there. But having a look at this mushroom table, I thought, well, I haven't used that before. That's very unique, so put that in the corner. And it's, as I've said in my videos previously, but it's about, for me, it's about filling up the space without making it overly crowded. I will say here, I had the silliest giggle because after I put those 2 pumpkins on that mushroom table, I realised it now looks like a goofy face, and I had a real chuckle at that, and I had to tell you guys because it's so silly, but it just looks like a funny face. So that was my entertainment. Having a look through the patchwork chair here, see what kind of colours, and that didn't really fit what I wanted. So the hardest thing for me actually was choosing a chair. So what I did was I saw that you can have a black and orange of these box sofas. So I'm not sure how this really looks in this room, but I decided to do a black and orange sofa. Because black and orange, is very Halloween colours. As the same as red and green is Christmas, we have black and orange for Halloween. So I decided to do a black and orange striped sofa, and I will say it really doesn't fit in with the colours of the house, the rest of the house, but it'll work. And then I was going through the lighting, and here you go, I'm showing here the ghost appearing and disappearing in the back, which I just thought was really cool. And it gets closer and closer. There he is. And it was so silly here, but I went through and I was like, oh, I'm going to show you guys, it's scary. So there you go. I left that in because I thought you guys would like to have a chuckle. Thank you so much if you've made it this far in this video. I'm trying to get better at speaking over the videos. I never really find it easy to talk. I'm not really one for long conversations, I guess, especially because I'm talking to myself essentially. But I hope you guys have been enjoying these videos, and I really hope you enjoy this speed build because this is currently one of my favourites. I just love Halloween, I don't know if I've made that obvious, but love Halloween and love everything about it. So went for a different style upstairs, so this is more spooky compared to downstairs, which is more cozy, but I thought he needs to have at least one, spooky room. I will say it would be so awesome, so cool if we could have multiple rooms in their house like with our own houses, because a basement room for him would have been really cool, and I would have made sort of like a satanic room, like a ritual room, if I could have done that. But yes, I am obsessed with that spooky wallpaper. As I said, it's in my house. Oh yes, so the only thing then is here with the bedding, I really wanted to put the same pumpkin pattern on the bed sheets that I have on the chair. I wanted to match with the bedspread, but you can't change the bedding, so I couldn't do that. And I did have to change my plans a bit because originally I was going to use these log stools and I was going to put pumpkins on them, but they don't fit on top, so I wasn't able to do that. So I did have to change my plans a little bit. And as you can see here, they don't fit, so I was like, oh no, I'm just going to have to put them in front. I don't know why he's got pumpkins in his bedroom. We don't ask these questions, it's his business. He just really likes his pumpkins to be there when he sleeps. Anyway, moving on. Putting the lamps down again, and then putting these 3-tier pumpkins because I love using them so much. They're so cute. I didn't do as much upstairs, and I do end up bringing the lights down in this room as well because, you know, it's bedtime. He has to sleep. But I am really happy with how this came out, and I do end up putting this candle chandelier down, which I think worked really well. As I said, this upstairs I didn't do too much. This is more of a simple, putting his poster. Obviously he needs his poster, and it looks like it's hanging from the tree, which I thought was quite clever. But yeah, we are coming to the end of the video, and there you go, there's with the lights off, and I think that just looks amazing. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and I hope you all have a wonderful Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. Enjoy all the candy and sweets that you have. Don't forget to not eat too many, and I'll see you next time. So bye.